Councillor Cara Hilton, MSP.
2 weeks ago in Kirkcaldy, we marched in solidarity with people of Gaza. We marched in condemnation of Israel's brutal attacks on families and innocent children, attacks that the United Nations described as a disgrace to the world.
This morning, yet another United Nations school sheltering thousands of Palestinian families suffered a reprehensible attack. Nothing is more shameful than attacking sleeping children.
2 weeks on and we are here again. We're still outraged at what's happening in Gaza. We're still calling for justice for the Palestinian people, and we're still urging Israel to comply with international law.
Every time the Israelis do a huge massacre in Gaza, they call it mowing the lawn. That's the term they use, mowing the lawn. A couple of thousand dead every few years.
I don't think any one of us here today could say how we would respond faced with the reality that families in Gaza and across Palestine are facing every single minute of every day.
Gaza, don't you cry!
We will never let you die!
Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry!
We will never let you die!
I'm not talking about going back to Gaza as a colonialist, as we did in 1967. No. I'm talking about going back to Gaza as the owner of the land, as we did in Yafo in 1948.
This isn't a conflict between two equal sides. We know that this is a war of terror on the Palestinian people, people who have been imprisoned and blockaded and denied the rights that we all take for granted.
Those who fought you in the past or don't accept your sovereignty today should be destroyed or sent away.
Personally, I say the resistance of Hamas is just as legitimate as the heroic Jewish fighters in the Warsaw Ghetto in 1943 who were walled in, bombed, starved, they built tunnels, they resisted to the last man.
The enemy is not the tunnels, the enemy is not the rockets. Hamas is a leadership of that population.
They didn't win, but they never surrendered, they never submitted. They fought for their freedom, they fought for their children, they fought for their neighbours, because there was nothing else to do.
We have a war over here. There's no innocent people around it. Victory means destroying your enemy and take over the place.
It's incredible, the resistance of the people of Palestine under the fourth most powerful nation in the world.
They resist because there is nothing else to do.
There is no proportionality when you fight terror.
If you attack Israel, it has consequences.
As Torah tells us, we should leave one of the corners open for them to run away, and those who don't do it, it's their problem.
These are killers, but the people who are worse than the killers are the guys in the suits who make money by supplying the weapons of mass destruction and go home and kiss their children with complete indifference to the children who have been butchered in Gaza.
With the demo room, they get to see something that's like what they need.
Gaza might be many miles from Fife, but we in Scotland will not sit back and watch the bloodshed unfold on our TV screens and our Twitter feeds. And we will certainly not sit back when those weapons that are being used against the children in Gaza have been made here in Glenrothes.
The Scottish Government has called for an arms embargo, but who is going to enforce it? It's you! In the words of an American poet last year, we are the people we have been waiting for. Don't look at the cops. They won't intervene against the criminals round there. They'll intervene when you try to stop the criminals round there. The thing next door diminishes all of us.
The Paveway 3 control unit in the nose of the bomb follows a laser beam directed at the target by the plane that dropped it.
They only produce these fiendish things because they're very, very profitable indeed.
The control unit steers the fins so the bomb can land right on top of the spot the laser is pointing. It is a very accurate bomb.
We believe innovation is the key to our success and our customers' success.
I don't like hatred, but callous indifference to mass murder I think is even worse, and that's what's going on round the corner there.
It is used for only high-value targets.
It's really about pulling together the pieces of technology that are going to work best and provide the best solutions for our customers.
An arms company is big capital, is big political allies, and in order for us to win, and we will win, we have to be determined. 2006, when Israel was dropping millions of cluster bombs on the people of Lebanon, a group of people went into the Raytheon plant in Derry in the middle of the night, and they smashed up the computers. They threw the computers out of the window. They did £250,000 worth of damage, and they went to trial, and the jury unanimously acquitted the people who smashed up the Raytheon plant and said what you did was a good and noble thing to prevent a massive war crime. Now I'm saying to the people in Raytheon, if you're producing sat-navs, good on you. If you're producing child alarms, good on you. But we know where you're producing your filthy weapons of mass destruction, and it might not be tonight, and it might not be next week, but we're coming for you. And Derry inspires us, and Brighton inspires us, and we will not allow this to continue only with speeches.